Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another speed build collab, and today we're going to go ahead and do this one with my good friend Ashley from the channel DoctorAshley. So today we're doing this base game build battle sort of thing. I don't really know what we're calling it yet, but it's basically where I built this exterior of this home which we're working on right now, and then I went ahead and uploaded to the gallery for Ashley to download, and then we went ahead and both decorated the interior to kind of do like build battle sort of thing where you can go ahead and decide who you think built the interior better. So I wasn't actually planning on including this exterior footage in the build. I didn't actually record it all because I've done this type of collab before and I don't normally record the exterior just so I can focus on the interior, if that makes sense, for the video. But this interior actually took me about 25 minutes to do, which I have no idea how it took me that long to do, which is like no time at all. So the video was like 3 minutes long, so it's like I can't do it that long. So I went ahead and just added in this little extra bit of footage, which, like I mentioned, I wasn't originally going to record, but I kind of recorded it without thinking about it, and then we got like a little bit in and I was like, oh, I'm recording this, which I wasn't supposed to, so I ended the recording. But I'm just going to show you the bit that I recorded. You kind of just see me doing the main structure of the home and the wall coverings and stuff. But anyway, if you don't know who Ashley is, she is an amazing creator in The Sims. She makes base game speed builds on Mondays, but she's starting to branch out now as well. But we're doing a base game build today, because this is normally the day she would upload a base game build. And she also does a series called Love It or List It, which is kind of like an apartment building series as well on Thursdays. So she does some amazing creations. And if you're new to my channel from, Ashley's channel, my name is Thomas. My channel here is called Thomas TV, and I make a range of different Sims 4 speed builds mainly, so just like Ashley. But also on Sundays I do a kind of series where I do sort of like 64 by 64 lot mansion builds, because that's something I love to do, and I normally do that every single Sunday. So if that's something you like to see, big builds and stuff, then this channel might be good for you to watch. And if you want to go ahead and watch those videos in particular, then not only are they in the builds playlist that I have, but I also have a separate playlist for mansion builds now, which I just created recently, so you can go ahead and see them all there if that's just something in particular you want to see. So that's kind of like all the footage I got there for the exterior. But for the wall coverings that I went for, actually, I did this like green siding, which is actually something that I have used before. Actually, it might be fun. I think I actually used it in my base game mansion build, which I did a few weeks ago. I think, did I use green siding? I can't even remember. Anyway, it's something that I don't use a whole lot of, but I was kind of just thinking about what type of kind of colour swatches I was going to use on the exterior of this build, and the green siding just looked really nice for some reason, so I went ahead and used that. And then we also went ahead and used that stone as well from base game, because I mean it is a base game build. And yeah, so I think that a really good tip for you if you want to do some base game builds, which is something that I never used to do, but there's this thing in Origin where you can go into the advanced settings of The Sims 4, and there's this thing called command line arguments, and it's basically where you type in this kind of code for all the packs you want to disable. It doesn't uninstall them and anything like that. You don't have to rebuy them or anything like that. It just temporarily disables them. So it's basically, it's really easy if then to go in and decorate or build a base game build, because you don't have to think about what you're placing down, because everything that you see is base game. And I've noticed that when I've done that for base game builds, it's took me so much less time, because when I do it normally, if I have all my packs installed and stuff like that, doing a base game build, I have to really think about what I'm placing down. And then there'll all be that this happened actually once a little while ago, but there'll always be that one occasion where there'll be that one item from one pack that you wasn't intentionally going to use, and then it's like, oh, I have to go and find it now. But the gallery actually has a really interesting feature. I don't know if you know, but if you go onto your gallery upload of that build that you uploaded, it shows which packs you use. But when you actually click on that pack, there's another button which says show items used, and it kind of shows that in particular like item that you use, which is really easy if you want to go ahead and take it out. But this disable pack idea is really helpful, and actually James from the Sim Supply made a, like, on his website has this thing where it kind of creates the kind of command thing that you type in just by selecting which packs you want to disable, and you just copy and paste it in and it works. So it's a really, really good feature to use if you want to disable packs. And yeah, so we're just working on this little living room area here. As you can see, it's pretty small. I mean, this whole home is small. It's on a 30 by 20 lot. I didn't want to make it too big because, I mean, it is only base game after all, so I thought it might be a little bit more challenging, like way too challenging, try to do like a, something huge with just base game, which is possible because I did a 50 by 50 lot base game mansion build, but it takes, you have to like repeat things sometimes, so you can't do that many different things with just base game. But yeah, but the style of this home, I don't think I mentioned, but it's basically kind of just like a traditional family home sort of style. Some slightly more modernised areas, I guess you could say. That's what I do a lot for these traditional family homes that I do, is that there's always areas of the build that look a little bit more modernised, which kind of just makes sense, really. I always kind of have the idea that the house has maybe been built years ago, but then the owners are like renovating the interior and stuff. That's what I normally do as a kind of thought process to builds like this, is that the interiors always end up being a little bit more on the modern side looking, but I always think that works really well with the traditional exterior sort of style, I think. And yeah, so if you want to go ahead and download this from the gallery, I don't know if I mentioned, but it is up there now. My origin ID is Real Thomas TV1. I can go ahead and get the full build with my interior. It'll also be up on Ashley's gallery, I presume, as well, so you can go ahead and check out her version with her interior. But I've also uploaded just the exterior shell as well, so if you want to go ahead and download it and decorate yourself, then feel free to do that. And you can, if you want, you can even send me a picture on Twitter. My username there, again, is the same as my origin ID, which is Real Thomas TV1. And actually, speaking of social media, a little while ago, well, not that, it's like maybe like 2 weeks ago now, I created an Instagram account, which is again the same username, Real Thomas TV1, so feel free to go and follow me there. Because I haven't used Instagram in quite some time, actually, and I just thought it'd be kind of a nice idea to create one for my channel. But it's not actually just fully focused on Sims, not like one of those Simstagram accounts. I mean, it is mainly, but I also do just post other random things, like in real life photos as well, which I think is nice. So yeah, feel free to go ahead and follow me there as well. So right now we're just working on another one of these bedrooms. As you can see, again, they're all pretty similar. So, like, I don't really know what to talk about them because they're literally all the same, so that's alright. And yeah, so another thing as well that's actually really exciting that happened today is that I got my first Max's favourite on the gallery. So I actually talked about this in Sunday's, no, hang on, when this is going up? No, in yesterday's video. So I'm all over the place. I'm recording my videos in such a random order, I don't know why I'm doing this, but yeah, yesterday's video, which I've already recorded, which would make sense, but I'm recording this on the 11th, which is like a Wednesday, and I also recorded the voiceover for Sunday's video, which is already passed. Anyway, in that video I talked about how I got my first Max's favourite on the gallery, but yeah, that actually happened today, which is really exciting, and it was off my Ivy cottage build, which is just a small little cottage build that I did, and it turned out really nicely. I actually used the Ivy, I don't know if you would call it Ivy to be honest, but it's kind of like the wall plants that we got from Jungle Adventure, and I used that because I just saw the item randomly in game, and it kind of just sparked an inspiration thing for me to go ahead and build something with that. So I made this cottage with using the item, and it turned out really nicely, and apparently the Sims liked it as well because they favoured it on the gallery, which has never happened before. And Ashley gets them all the time, and I'm always so jealous. No, I'm not really, but she makes some amazing creative Sims. Well, I'm like, why did I say creative Sims? Creations, I was supposed to say, of builds and things like that, which she gets actually quite a lot of Max's favourites, which is lucky for her. Anyway, so we're just working on this little bathroom here, which is just a tiny one. I don't normally include these in the speed build videos, actually, just because it's such like a boring room, to be honest. I can never really think of anything that interesting to do with them, so they always turn out to be the same. But since this recording was going to be so short, I just decided to include everything, just to, make it a little bit easier, and to actually have something to talk about over this voiceover, I suppose. But yeah, so we're pretty much finished with the build here, so I'm going to go ahead and leave you with some screenshots in just a minute. I really hope you enjoyed today's build, and if you did, please make sure you leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't. If you want to go ahead and download this from the gallery, like I mentioned earlier, it is up there now. My origin ID is Real Thomas TV1, and I'll leave a link down below to Ashley's video, so you can go ahead and check out her channel and her part of this collab to see what she did with this interior, and let us know which interior do you like better out of the two that we did today, and to also go ahead and check out her other amazing creations. I've had so much fun collabing with Ashley, and I hope we can do another one soon, because this collab was amazing. I had so much fun doing it. And yeah, and also, like I mentioned earlier, if you're new to my channel, then welcome, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!